Good morning, I'm Emily Bennett. Today is Sunday, July 12th. Now, Governor Andy Beshear released an updated COVID-19 numbers for Kentucky yesterday. The governor announced 453 new cases of COVID-19. That brings the statewide total to 19,121. The 453 new confirmed cases marks the second highest day of recorded cases since the beginning of the pandemic. There were 2 new deaths confirmed yesterday. The death toll is now 622. At least 5,258 Kentuckians have recovered from the virus. The Bell County Health Department also confirmed 7 new cases Saturday, increasing the county's total to 104. For more information on COVID-19 in Kentucky, go to our website, WYMT.com. Now, yesterday was the first full day of Governor Andy Beshear's mask mandate, requiring Kentuckians to wear face masks. Some agree with the mandate, others are not in favor of it. While many shoppers in Kentucky think the order is a good idea, it seems Kentuckians are split on the issue. Before the mandate, shoppers say only about half of the people have been wearing masks in public. Since the mandate has been in effect, they say that percentage is going up.
At Hobby Lobby, and I was surprised by how many people were wearing masks. I would say the vast majority. So I've been impressed.
There are exemptions to the mandate, including children of 5 and under and anyone with a disability of mental impairment who cannot wear one safely. With the mask mandate in full effect, people are required to wear masks while inside public places and outside when social distancing just isn't possible. For most people, wearing a mask regularly is not the norm. That's why Olivia Russell talked to a doctor about how we can get used to them.
For healthcare professionals, wearing a mask isn't new.
I've personally done surgeries where I've been in masks for 12 plus hours at a time.
Fortunately, most people won't have to wear them that long, even with the mask mandate. Dr. Ryan Stanton says it does take some getting used to, though, and the way the mask is made can make a big difference.
It's one strap over the ear, one strap kind of around the back of the neck. That makes a huge difference. But if you're using a regular mask, there's a lot of hacks out there for the small strips, even some of them that are made small strips with buttons on them to hook the mask on the buttons, not on the ears themselves.
Aside from the physical hurdle, it's a big mental change, especially for kids who will need to wear them in school this year.
Simply saying it's for the virus isn't going to really trigger a 5 or 6-year-old to comply with that request. And so getting them used to wearing them, making a game or making it entertaining, a superhero mask or something like that gets them engaged in it.
When you do get used to wearing a mask, Dr. Stanton says you might realize some unhealthy habits you have.
You don't realize how many times you unconsciously touch your face, your mouth and nose every single day. The mask actually kind of reminds you that you don't need to be touching those places because that's the way we actually transmit high concentrations of potential germs.
And stopping the spread of germs is the whole point. In Lexington, Olivia Russell, WKYT.
The governor's executive order will expire after 30 days, but it could be extended based on local trends. Now, one of the changes Louisville Metro government has made in the wake of the killing of Breonna Taylor is the creation of a 33-member civilian review board for policing. Louisville Mayor Fisher and Metro Council President David James named the board members back in late May. It's made up of faith leaders, law enforcement representatives, community advocates, and elected officials from across the Louisville community. Among the topics discussed yesterday to improve community relations with LMPD is the creation of an inspector general to work with the board.
Then each of them would have a broader policy systemic role. For the inspector general, it would be the ability to conduct programmatic audit type reviews into policies and procedures at the department.
Metro Councilwoman Paula McCraney and Deputy Mayor Ellen Henson co-chair the work group. Another organization who also tends to show up at many protests also marched yesterday evening. That group was made up of dozens of independent journalists and their supporters. They say police are targeting them as they live stream protest, and they want that to stop. Stephen Goins has more on what that group wants from LMPD.
Independent journalists or live streamers surrounded by a sea of supporters at Jefferson Square Park.
This is our time and this is our moment.
Louisville showing up for racial justice, or SURGE, organizing this heads-up, phones-out event in solidarity.
To see this support today, it is great because people have to understand the power of independent media. Independent media, independent thinking, that's what I'm all about.
On Friday, live streamers shared their stories of what it's been like covering recent protests. Some of them arrested while streaming, even after identifying themselves as independent journalists. Live streamers in Louisville say they feel targeted by LMPD, and it's those police actions, they say, that escalate the violence. Later, this crowd taking the message, tell the truth, directly to LMPD headquarters. Live streamers demanding respect, saying they have a right to record what they see, just like police and traditional media.
We as independent media, we are here and we won't be silenced. We would like for them to keep their cameras on, and we'll keep our cameras on that way that we can get to the truth.
Just last week, LMPD said they had no issue with anyone live streaming, but pointed out many of those live streaming are also protesting. They said anyone protesting who fails to follow police orders to disperse may be arrested. Now let's check in with meteorologist Brooke Marshall for a look at your forecast this morning. Brooke?
Thanks, Emily. Well, some of us are already seeing those showers this morning. Others of us still dry right now, but a little bit more towards the gloomy side. If you look behind me at one of our cameras, Interstate 75 at Mount Vernon, they're looking dry for the moment, but you can definitely see that cloud cover up in the sky. A lot more clouds than we've seen the past couple of days. And even the roads, you can still see some damp spots from where it did rain a little bit earlier today. And you can see that on our satellite and radar as well. Now, most of this rain was more towards our west and kind of clipped our western counties there, and you can see mostly into Pulaski and Wayne County, they got the most of those showers this morning. But we're all going to be seeing probably a little bit of wet weather today. Temperatures are a little bit cooler though. We're seeing temperatures anywhere from those mid 60s to those lower 70s, so overall pretty comfortable outside temperature wise, just maybe a little bit rainy depending on where you are located in the region, especially those western counties. But overall, we are going to continue to see these rain chances only go up throughout the day. We are going to be seeing some scattered showers and some thunderstorms maybe even popping up throughout the daytime hours. So definitely going to want to make sure you have that radar with you in case you do hit one of those, and make sure you have a way to get watches and warnings as well, so that later today, if you do get into one of those scattered chances, you will be able to have those watches and warnings in case any do pop up in your area. Emily?
Thank you, Brooke. Now, the Walmart in Corbin was evacuated on Saturday afternoon. Laurel County Sheriff's Office told WYMT the evacuation happened after a bomb threat was called into the store. Officials say the building has been cleared and customers are allowed back in. We will have updates on our website, WYMT.com, when more details are released. Now, one man was left with life-threatening injuries after a shooting in Laurel County. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says a shooting occurred Friday in the Kentucky Hollow Road area of south of East Bernstadt. They say deputies responded to a report of a man who had been shot in the abdomen and groin. The victim, whose name has not yet been released, was airlifted to the University of Kentucky for treatment. The investigation into this shooting is ongoing. Anyone with information regarding this incident is urged to call the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600 or Laurel County Dispatch at 606-878-7000. And also in Laurel County, one man is dead after a UTV accident in London on Friday. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office responded to a call on Dotson Road where they found that 54-year-old Charles Smith had driven his UTV off the road and hit a tree. Smith was pronounced dead at the scene. An accident reconstruction specialist is continuing the investigation. Now, it has been years in the making, but now the art station is finally open in downtown Hazard. The art station hosted an open house brunch event Saturday with food, drinks, and even live music by Jasper Hollow. The art station can be used for many events, from art classes, poetry readings, or even weddings. The executive director of the Appalachian Arts Alliance says this is a dream come true.
Here we are, and the community has backed us all this way. You know, there's been doubt, of course, but they've backed us and they've supported us. Some have even shown up and shown out, and here we are. And we have something that we can be proud of as a community, as the organization of the Appalachian Arts Alliance, and just for the future generations. Just we have something that we can hand down to them.
If you would like more information on the Art Station or to book an event like a wedding, you can call 606-551-1160. We also have additional information on our website, WYMT.com. The Prestonsburg community is saying goodbye to a woman who they say was the brightest star they have ever encountered. 21-year-old Allie Davis died in a car crash Monday. After living her life on the stage, WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there to see her in the spotlight one last time.
Please help me welcome to the stage Miss Allie Davis.
Allie Davis created laughter.
Allie was the funniest person I have ever met in my entire life. That girl knew humor to a T. She would have absolutely been on SNL one day.
And exuded light.
Just such a bright light. Just happiness all around.
From acting to singing, the 21-year-old star was destined for greatness.
It's like beautiful and talented and funny and so kind. And just one of the best, most pure souls any of us will ever come across.
And though her life ended before the world truly got to see it,
you could never keep tabs on her because she was just too busy living her life.
Her light will carry on through the people whose lives she touched.
She really embodied like living each day to the fullest. And I think that's one of the only things that's going to get us through, is knowing that she really lived with no regrets.
So they gathered at the Mountain Arts Center Saturday to let Allie take the stage one last time.
She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair.
She knew what she was doing from like a young age, and that's incredible. She was a natural.
Yeah, this was definitely what she was meant to do, performing and bringing light to people in that way.
And she will now bring that light in a different way.
And that's what we've all been talking about together, is just carrying on her legacy and fulfilling our dreams because of her.
Closing the curtain on her life, but never her legacy. In Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
A candlelight vigil for Allie is planned for 8:30 tonight at the Ginny Wiley Amphitheater. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the serious impact of COVID-19 on the human brain. Be sure to stick around for our MedWeek update.
And we'll see some scattered showers and storms today. I'll break down timing and impacts coming up.